Hi guys, I was recently speaking to a military friend of mine who has been in the army, and we were just discussing various things around our mindset, and it was fascinating to actually understand the mindset that is distilled in people who are in the military or who've been in the military, and the key one is actually around understanding and accepting the mindset about failure and how to actually handle failures and the things that happen. So if you think of the normal, like the standard corporate structure, for people failing, you're actually rewarded for making as little mistakes as you can. So for you to actually climb up the corporate ladder, most people would have been, people who have been performing well. They haven't been making a lot of mistakes. The fewer mistakes you make in the corporate structure, the more you're sort of seen as someone who is more efficient, better, providing better value, and then you can get promoted. Whereas in the military, the mindset is actually different, because there is a culture of understanding that whatever you do, mistakes are going to happen. You're going to fail in various things that will happen. But the key is how you actually rise up to those challenges. So instead of fearing making a mistake in the military, they actually embrace that mistakes are going to happen, because mistakes and failures will happen depending on different things. You can have the best trained people, but situations that are happening either at home or mentally or any other situation can actually affect their performance and the things or mistakes that they make. But when you are in the mindset of understanding that those things will happen, it's a completely different zone. It's a zone now whereby you're not afraid that mistakes will happen, but you understand that mistakes will happen, and when they happen, you can actually learn from them and understand them. So it's a completely different culture. It's a completely different mindset of thinking. So you're in an area or a zone where you know for sure that mistakes will happen. You know for sure that failures will happen, and you know for sure that things will go wrong at some point. But when they do, then you know the things that you can actually do. So I thought that was quite a very different mindset, because instead of having the fear of failures happening, you have the understanding of embracing them and looking at them as challenges that you can solve and learn from. Whereby most times in the corporate structure, there's that fear of making mistakes, because if you make mistakes, either it's going to impact your job, you could be laid off, or you might not get that bonus, or you might not get that promotion. So it instills this sense of fear. So instead of people actually embracing the failures and the mistakes when they happen, they're actually consumed by this fear of trying to prevent them in the first place. And when they do make those mistakes, they can have a devastating impact on their mindset and how they actually solve them and move forward. So it's important to actually try and get into the mindset of understanding and embracing that mistakes and things will happen depending on whatever situation or circumstances are happening with people at home or in their environment. But that that is just part of life. That is part of things happening. But how you actually handle those mistakes, how you learn from them, is the key factor in determining the success and the morale and how you actually move forward from when mistakes happen. So I hope you can start to actually understand and embrace that idea that whatever things that you're into, no matter how best or how well trained you are, things will happen. Life happens, and mistakes and our problems and issues will occur on the way. It is what kind of mindset do you have around understanding that mistakes will happen. If you embrace the fact that they will, when they come, you will see them as challenges that you can rise up your creative genius to solve them, rather than be afraid that they will have an effect and they will impact your performance, your bonus, or whatever it is. Once you begin to understand that, even from a leadership point of view, you can work well with your employees to help them understand that mistakes will happen. It's not necessarily their fault. but they can learn from them and at least get into that morale boosting area where they learn from the mistakes rather than be fearful that when mistakes happen, it's going to impact their bonuses, their promotion, and all those kind of things. In fact, those people who learn best from their mistakes are the ones who are likely, to be best at leadership and performance, because they understand that when mistakes happen, they're not going to be penalized, but how they learn from them is going to improve the efficiency and also everything else that happens in the organization. So I hope you go out there, experience, learn, and grow, and begin shifting your mindset from the fear of failures into the mindset of understanding that failures and mistakes will happen, but that you learn very well from them in order for you to break through into further excellence. Until next time, cheerio.